Our next speaker was elected by his fellow students to serve as their class president, Razan. He has been an excellent leader at our school, and after graduation, he plans to return home to Canada and pursue opportunities in independent community pharmacy. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Razan.
Well, seems like we were happy ready after all. Good evening, respected faculty, staff, family and friends, and my fellow graduates. It brings me great joy and a sense of excitement to be able to speak to you all today. About a year ago, I wrote to our class to inspire and ignite a sense of excitement about the months ahead. It was about creating your story and how to value what you really were made of. Subsequently, as this chapter of your story comes to an end, a new and exciting one begins. While there are many ways to embark on this new journey in your life, there are some key elements I have found that have helped me, which I believe can inspire us all for what's to come ahead. To create a memorable story, that being a successful and fulfilling personal and professional life, I truly believe a huge part of that comes down to 3 simple ideas. To invite new and different people, places, and things into your world. That's it. That's all it really takes. But how does this improve your personal life? How does this impact your career? And how will this help you create a fulfilling set of chapters in your book? Let's explore that. 1, new and different people. It goes without saying that pharmacists are the most accessible healthcare providers in the nation. Heck, we've been known to reduce costs and improve health outcomes. I digress. Economics aside, regardless of where we work, we have an opportunity to impact patient care in a major way. Remind yourself that you have a unique perspective on this world, and your opinions and ideas matter. Likewise, more importantly, it's imperative that we all realize that other people's unique perspectives also matter. It's about learning from one another and finding what works best for a given circumstance. Diversity in the friends or colleagues you keep and the people we go out of our way to learn from, meet, and assist will help make us better healthcare providers and help us understand people and culture in both our professional and personal worlds in a more holistic fashion. Going out of my way to learn about others can be as simple as visiting a holler in Kentucky. I see some confused faces. To all the people from the big city, it's all right. Think of a holler like a place in between mountains, in a valley, with no bars on your cell phone. Visiting a place like that allowed me to experience the rich, family-oriented culture, limited access to healthcare, and unique thought processes of people who live there. I, for one, believe I began to better understand the personal and health concerns of a population I would have never been exposed to if I were not invited or accepted an invitation to that very place. It's important to note that the ideas we may have of people who are different than us may be wrong and may be impacting our ability to provide the best health care possible. And that's okay. The best part is we can choose to fix it. We can choose to actively engage with our communities to learn more about them and with communities unknown to us as well. Be your own diversity training guru. After all, the act of providing healthcare is an act we share with all people. 2, new and different places. Travel to new and different places opens your mind and heart to experiences and interactions with others that you simply cannot get at home, regardless of where you live. Learning about how different life is miles away or hundreds of miles away can be fascinating. From living here, I've learned that there's a difference between bless your heart and bless your heart. One is a statement of adoration. The other is a remark on one's misfortune or stupidity. Yeah, the inflection really says it all. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or traveling for education or work like we have for our advanced pharmacy practice experiences, Having that exposure to different sites and locations have broadened our understanding of the profession of pharmacy and the ways in which we interact with different healthcare teams and patient populations. Whether we traveled locally, nationally, or abroad, like our classmates who went to South Africa or Honduras, there were a host of moments that we learned from and that will affect how we approach our futures in this noble profession. Don't ever feel like you have to settle in one job at one place for the rest of your career, unless you love that job and you love that place. Pharmacists work in numerous places, in numerous positions. We are in the pharmaceutical industry, community and hospital pharmacy, ambulatory and long-term care, veterinary pharmacy, law and regulatory affairs, academia and research, and numerous other specialties, from pediatrics to geriatrics, to working with niche populations, such as the Indian Health Service and in military pharmacy. And yes, there's nuclear pharmacy too. Inviting new and different places into your world, into your story, allows for a more comprehensive and interesting ride through life. The takeaways of travel and immersion in other communities and in places of work you may not have initially imagined yourself in is invaluable on a personal and professional scale. 3, new and different things. Things, in our case, would be skills and knowledge. These things do not necessarily have to be purely pharmacy related, but are a variety of tools and competencies that help lead to success. Sometimes, new things can be exciting, like learning how to administer vaccines that do not cause autism. Sometimes, new things can be daunting, like case studies. Now, there's a trigger word if I've ever heard one. For those of you who may not know what case studies is, feel free to ask your graduate over dinner tonight and be prepared to hear a volcanic-like eruption of word vomit head your way. Now, in order to influence how health systems operate and the opinions and values of coworkers and other healthcare team members, you need to have the most up-to-date knowledge and skills in your arsenal. Just don't cite up-to-date in anything you want to explain or prove because, well, you know, primary literature and all that. Truthfully though, let's just say you need to know the knowledge. And with learning new things comes asking questions. Be proactive and ask questions to clarify. It's okay to ask questions of yourself and others. It's okay to be that person, because at the end of the day, we are in the business of saving lives. And our questions matter because it affects how we practice. I mean, maybe asking about tossing your salad at a luncheon might be a little risque, but you know what I mean. Do ask questions about guidelines, though. Where are the guidelines? Is there a guideline for this? When was it last updated? Most of all, why can't I find the guidelines? There's immense beauty that comes with a diversity in knowledge, expertise, and thought that we all bring to the table. To be interested in professional development through training and membership in your leading pharmacy organizations, such as APHA, ASHP, and AAPS, while constantly staying current with continuing education, is imperative to our continued success in this profession. Pharmacy is an ever-changing being that is always new and different, which means we need to change with it. While the importance of inviting new and different people, places, and things into our lives is upon us, we must not forget to thank these very people, places, and things that have helped us reach this very moment today. Thank you to all the parents, spouses, children, and friends of our graduates who, through this roller coaster of an education career, were with us every step of the way. You have taught us patience and kindness, and that even though you may not understand what we were exactly going through, that being there was enough. Thank you to my parents, from whom I learned what my true potential was. Thank you for nurturing me and guiding me along the way to where I am today in the world of pharmacy. You both are a true example of how the immigrant journey is not what it's always meant to be or how it seems. From you, I have learned that hard work, guts, and a mindset focused on success can lead to great things, even after leaving a life of comfort in your country and coming to North America to start over again. You are my role models. Thank you to all the places at our community and clinical rotation sites for allowing us to practice in your environments and learn what pharmacy was like in the real world. That hands-on experience was invaluable and a great addition to our didactic curriculum. Thank you to Huntington for being my home for the past few years. While the area might be far from anything I was ever used to or pictured myself in, there's a soft spot in my heart for this place. Thank you to our professors, preceptors, and mentors who provided us the things, the skills, and knowledge that have allowed us to pursue our passions in the vast field of pharmacy. Thank you for teaching us, listening to us, and providing a rigorous education that will surely prove to be of benefit as we start our careers, soon to be your colleagues. And to the class of 2019, thank you for being a dynamic group of individuals with great ideas, passions, and for your pursuit of a career driven to the service of others. Thank you for making Marshall University my best decision ever. Whichever area you find yourself practicing in and wherever you end up, whether it be abroad, California to New York, the tri-state, and every place in between, or in our very own Huntington, or even way out Wayne, I wish you success in your journey and that many memorable moments that help you create the story of your dreams. Getting down to the meat and potatoes of it all, you really need to find what needs to be found. Just know the knowledge and don't get Jonesed on the Naplex. That's the next step, and that's a dose of Razan. Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it. Thank you.